You have found your dream house, but it just got complicated. The reason for that is you have to sell a house. You need to make a contingent offer. And for reference, I'm a loan officer. I help people get mortgages to buy houses, sometimes refinance. So these clients come to me. They explain to me that they have a house to sell, that it's worth about $600,000, $700,000. They only owe a few $100,000 on it. They plan on netting about $400,000 to $500,000 of equity from that property. I was like, great. They said, yes, but the issue is we want to buy this $1 million property, and there's a lot of interest in the property. And what the listing agent is telling our agent is that they don't think they're going to take a contingent offer. I was like, okay. I was like, would you be willing to purchase that property non-contingent on your house? They're like, well, we don't know. I was like, do an application. Let me run the numbers. So we run the numbers. Now I'm looking at it. I'm calling them back. I'm like, okay, guys, you can afford to buy that house without selling your house. You definitely can't. You have the down payment money and you qualify for both payments. But here's how it looks. You're currently paying about $3,000 a month on a mortgage payment. They're like, right. I was like, if you buy that house and you put 5% down and you pay for all the closing costs out of your savings, you will have a mortgage payment close to $8,000. They're like, holy moly, like $5,000 more? I'm like, yeah, about $5,000 more. I was like, not only that, but if it takes 30, 60, 90 days to sell your house, you could be paying two mortgage payments. So you literally could be paying $11,000 a month for 2, 3 months, $30,000 to $40,000 of extra cash. You would have to be ready for that. They're like, that's crazy. I was like, well, that's what it is. They're like, do we have any other options? And we discussed some other options as far as bridge loans and this, that, and the other thing, and they didn't like any of it. So they said, what do you recommend? I said, well, this is what I recommend. I think if you know you're moving, you should list your house right now. And let's suppose you get a buyer for your house in the next, I don't know, 30 days or whatever. But hypothetically, when you get a contract for your house, you're not going to settle for 30 days. They're like, okay. I was like, then you need to tell the person that's buying your house that you plan on renting it back for 60 days. That'll give you 90 days. So after you go to settlement, you'll have your $400,000 or $500,000 in the bank. And then you can go out and shop for a new house. And when you find that $1 million house, you can maybe put half down and your payment will be close to what you're paying right now. That's a much safer way to do it, because the other way it's high risk and you might end up paying $11,000 a month for a period of time. And they're like, well, what happens if we sell our house and we haven't found our house? I was like, if you can't find a house in 90 days, in this market, you're maybe being a little bit too picky. But in a worst case scenario, you're going to have to go get some temporary housing while you find the dream house. And they didn't have any kids or anything like that. So I think it would work for them.